Piedmont Triad area weather. Elevated fire weather concerns for today as we have a dry air mass in place, low relative humidity, warm temperatures, and a gusty wind. We have a statewide burn ban issued by the North Carolina Forest Service that is currently in place. Our highs are moving up into the low to mid 80s for today. Tonight clear, low 55, and the mid 80s in here for Thursday and Friday with dry weather. We have some rain moving our way Saturday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore for News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd on WSJF.
I don't remember the last time I had an NBA take that was so bad. I thought, this is like an old rock band where they all had issues and you're trying to work them to get along with each other again. I'm like, this is going to be terrible.
Your daily dose of sports talk, reality checks, and I told you so's.
And I will just watch me.
Yes, I'm opinionated. I make you think, though, I hope, and react. Join me weeknights, 6 till 9. It's The Herd on WSJS.
Mike Rowe here with a fun fact. Did you know that 50% of the air that you breathe inside your home comes from your crawl space? Yeah. Whether your crawl space is wet, musty, or your floors are bouncy, do yourself a favor and call a Groundworks company. I spent some time working with these guys, and they're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to repair your crawl space. Schedule a free inspection with Tar Heel Basement Systems, a Groundworks company.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Springtime winning at WSJS.com is putting the bling in spring up for grabs. Tickets to see Kid Rock May 8th and 9th in Raleigh and Charlotte. Tickets to Bowman Gray Racing for the Sportsman 100 May 23rd. Tickets to Wake Forest Baseball May 2nd as they welcome Louisville to the couch. Or tickets to Charlotte FC and Toronto FC May 16th at the bank. Sign up now at WSJS.com and put the bling in spring.
Good morning, Triad, and welcome to the Daily Pulse with Steamin' Back.
Now you see me, now you don't want to talk, but I bet you won't.
Your front row seat to the voices, issues, and energy driving the Triad.
Let me calm down. Let me take it easy on, take it easy on.
Get ready to dive into the stories that matter most, the headlines shaping your day, the conversations everyone's having, and the local perspective you won't hear anywhere else.
Hold up, wait, breathe.
The Daily Pulse starts now on WSJS.
One has been formally charged with the investigation in Winston-Salem, still ongoing, but authorities say that more adults will face charges for participating, or you could say just standing around like an audience for the deadly shooting this week at Linebacker Park. I'm Beck, and we are here with you this morning. The Daily Pulse getting rolling on WSJS. Of course, stream us on the go, WSJS.com. That's the place where we have podcasts just like the Daily Pulse, as well as giveaways, all sorts of other information. If you're just wondering, what does Beck look like, or what's the story on the drive and what they do in the afternoons, you can go to WSJS.com, find all that information. Pulse Pick question of the day is where we want you to jump in at 336-777-1600. That's our phone line, always open to you. That's also where we'll have you touch base with Christian Snyder, who is producing this program to, well, get free stuff, giveaways that we want to share with you this morning. But today's question is, it's prom season now that we're getting into. Is a limo the best vehicle to use when going to the prom? I think if you polled America, it would probably be the most popular vehicle. But I am here to share with you today on the Daily Pulse, if you hang in with us, that some kids just recently went to the prom and they trumped a limo. I mean, they found, I would say, the best vehicle that you could imagine to take to the prom. Well, hold on a second. If you took, I don't know, maybe a presidential motorcade, it might arguably be better. But I'm excited to share that with you. But that's our Pulse Pick question of the day. Also coming up here this morning, we will have for you something tied to Earth Day that we're going to play called Guess How Long It Takes to Decompose, because today is Earth Day. I've got some few facts and figures to that. In the midst of that, though, right here in North Carolina, there is a local town that's been dealing and drinking and utilizing brown water for, they say, as long as a decade. And I just think that's unacceptable in like today's time in this state, in this country. And I know around the world, others aren't as blessed and fortunate to maybe have access to that. But really, there's no excuse. And there's a local town that I'll put on blast. I'll say they're not doing enough this morning. But first, right now, to get things rolling, let's get everybody updated with the latest headlines.
Pulse check. It's what's happening right now.
Here in our state, brush fires continue to burn, and this time across central parts of North Carolina. Reports say that there's several active brush fires. Early this morning, breezy, dry weather have increased the wildfire risk. Warm temperatures back up into the 80s today, as opposed to the unseasonably cooler temps that we saw the past 2 days. And we'll tell you as well here on the Daily Pulse that there's people out there handing out citations for illegal burning. Wake County has a man that has been charged with murder in the death of an infant. The News and Observer out of Raleigh says a Wake County man has been charged in the death of his baby, according to the sheriff's office there. The case was updated just early the morning hours here. And there's a new campaign that Roy Cooper has been running against Michael Whatley in our state's political races. The Senate race money gap here is wide, according to these reports. Finance figures show that Roy Cooper holds a major cash-on-hand advantage over Michael Whatley in the high-profile 2026 Senate race. In some nation's headlines, maybe not shared with SRN here at the top of the hour, Kevin Warsh faced Senate scrutiny and did so a lot yesterday, as that is President Donald Trump's nominee for Federal Reserve Chair. Warsh is under intense questioning over independence from the White House, inflation strategy, and interest rates. Here back at home, closer in the triad, the Winston-Salem Police Department is continuing to investigate a shooting at Lineback Park that occurred Monday morning, just about the time that we finished up here on the Daily Pulse. And the violence left 2 teenage boys dead, 5 other teens injured. Authorities say the shooting began after a planned fight involving several young people escalated into gunfire. And officials announced that right now they're not seeking any more suspects in connection with the shooting part. And they've charged Joel Michael Gamble Tolliver, who's 18 years old, with felony child abuse, felony riot, and previously he had some other outstanding unrelated warrants. Detectives, though, are still determining who exactly fired the weapons here. They're trying to figure out each person's role in the fight, kind of recreating the timeline and the events, and whether some of the injured individuals also participated in that shooting. Authorities say, though, on top of that, and this might be the most questionable part of the aftermath rollout from these events, realizing that adults will face charges for their alleged involvement in the events. Winston-Salem Police Chief William Penn Jr. spoke about this investigation yesterday.
If you commit violent crime in this community, the police department and the sheriff's department will track you down. They will arrest you. You will be brought to court, and we will show no quarter, no mercy whatsoever. No violence will be accepted in this community.
Authorities say that adults are alleged to possibly be involved in the events leading up to this shooting, saying that some adults were present there, knew that a planned fight was going to happen, and either participated themselves, maybe went as far as to encourage it, definitely failed to intervene, more or less stood by as an audience. And it's not a laughing matter. It's a terrible series of events here that hits very close to home. But it does, for me, take me back to a Seinfeld episode. It's actually the finale of a sitcom series that played, of course, in the 90s, huge. I would say it's arguably one of my favorite TV shows. There's a few that I could choose from, but it's up there. And the finale of that Seinfeld, series was the main cast members essentially sitting in a jail cell because they went to court, and then they sat in a jail cell because they had watched and laughed and pointed at a crime that occurred. That's how they decided to end a silly, crazy sitcom. Nothing silly about what happened here on Monday, other than the fact is that actually turned to reality. And that's some crazy stuff to consider. Other crimes ongoing in the state, not as significant as this one, but that we have to actually raise awareness on, because I am a little surprised. But that is people violating our statewide burn ban right now this morning. North Carolina is in the statewide burn ban. We've had, I want to say, maybe 2 weeks now, at least. It remains in effect, as officials say that the enforcement has been significant for that, as the North Carolina Forest Service continue to monitor people burning despite all the restrictions. Officials say the ban continues because we've got the drought going on. Of course, everything's super dry from that drought. The increased wildfire risk is up because not only the dry conditions that I've mentioned, but the wind and the breezy conditions that we've also had. So officials note that they've had to be out there, they've been alert, and they've been handing out citations. And the number could be higher, they say, than 233. What I can't believe is that actually happened. This is one of those things where you almost feel like they're touting it as a no, shouldn't be doing this, but who's really going to police it, right? Like, who's out there watching if I sneak out in the backyard and start burning something illegally? Chief Steve Camlin may be one of those of the Acme Delco Regalwood Fire Rescue, said that crews are responding to as many as 6 illegal burns in our state per day right now. So be really careful. It's not saying you can't have a fire pit or something very small like that, but they're encouraging people not to just burn garbage and other things. And speaking of, as we go to our break, it is Earth Day today. I got a few random stats that come with that. Wouldn't say it's like something crazy to get out the balloons and streamers over, but this will be fun. I'm going to quiz Christian Snyder. The game is coming up next, called Guess How Long It Takes to Decompose. Next, all on the Daily Pulse.
Some people tune in for the latest news, others for talk, sports, or weather. Now, with WSJS.com, you can have it all. Listen live worldwide, discover your favorite show hosts, and get the latest concert info. Join our contests, catch live appearances, and support our sports teams. Don't miss out on being part of the action. Visit WSJS.com and experience the best in news, talk, sports, and weather. It's all here, just a click away. WSJS.com, where the triad connects.
See why so many families choose Calvary Day School for its commitment to faith-centered education and academic excellence. At Calvary, students grow academically, spiritually, and socially with opportunities in the arts, athletics, and innovative STEM programs. With small class sizes and a supportive community, every student can thrive. Schedule your campus tour today at 336-714-5575 or visit calvaryday.school.
Life can be hectic, but Northwest Ace is here to help you tackle any project with ease. From expert advice to top-notch supplies, they've got everything you need. Why run around when you can measure twice, shop once, and get it right the first time? As your friendly neighborhood hardware store, they offer instant savings for members right in the store. Visit Northwest Ace at 3450 Robin Hood Road in Winston-Salem, online at northwesthardware.com.
So out with yours and in the room.
Northwest Ace, the healthful place.
Looking for big flavor and a place the whole family will love? Head to East Coast Wings and Grill, your game day headquarters. With 50-plus bold wing flavors from mild all the way to insanity, there's a heat level for everyone. Not just wings, though. Enjoy burgers, wraps, salads, and more, all made fresh and packed with flavor. Bring the kids on Wednesdays after 3 p.m. Kids 10 and under eat free with an adult entree. Plus, check out weekday lunch specials Monday through Friday. Dine in, take out, or order online at your neighborhood East Coast Wings and Grill. Locally owned and operated. Big flavor, great family fun.
Jerry Hunt Supercenter, the king of pre-owned cars, is stocked up and ready for the madness in March. Jerry Hunt has more than 1,200 pre-owned vehicles and still adding. So many great cars to choose from. Let Jerry Hunt Supercenter help you make your slam dunk. Jerry Hunt Supercenter is your home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Check out their massive inventory at jerryhuntsupercenter.com or visit Jerry Hunt Supercenter, the king of pre-owned cars in Lexington and Salisbury.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
Bringing the triad to life through engaging talk, local insight, and meaningful conversations. This is the Daily Pulse with Stephen Back.
What is up? It is Beck, and we are back this morning. The Daily Pulse here with you on WSJS. Best way to follow along social media at Stephen Beck TO or at WSJS Radio. That's where we have our Pulse pick question of the day for you today. Did you take a limo to the prom? Is it the best mode of transportation to get to and from prom? There's probably a lot more options in present day than there were even my time when I went, but I would consider the limo to be probably the thing that comes first to mind when you're talking, I'm going to a prom, going to a wedding, going to something like that. But I promise you, if you hang tight here, I've got a vehicle choice that some other young teens going to prom just recently happened upon that I think trumps everything. I don't think there will be another mode that tops it unless, like I said, it's something presidential motorcade. I mean, something really, really, really far out of reach. Hey, we want to give you a gift to give back for hanging with us here on the Daily Pulse. You have a chance to get out to Merle Fest here in the springtime. Springtime is the best time, in my opinion, to get outside, enjoy like a nice concert, sit out, relax, just listen to tunes. And we've got tickets for you to do that at Wilkes Community College, April 23rd through the 26th. Merle Fest tickets right here on the Daily Pulse. You call us 336-777-1600. We will hook you up with those tickets this morning, along with some other great prizes we can tell you about coming up shortly on our site at WSJS. Today is Earth Day as well. Christian Snyder jumping in with us this morning to keep me straightened out. Were you aware when you got up this morning, headed to work, hey, it's Earth Day?
No, I knew it was April 22nd, 2026.
There you go. Yeah, it's not like a Walt Disney World magical moment celebration, I wouldn't say. Only thing I remember from Earth Day was at school, we would probably have little events, and it's a very educational type moment. Few stats to keep you smart this morning, Christian, though. Before we play the game, guess how long it takes to decompose. Looking forward to that. Recycling one aluminum can saves enough energy, they say, to run a TV for about 3 hours.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
You're not going to know any of these. That's why I'm making you smarter this morning. You ready? Fixing a dripping faucet that leaks 1 drop per second. So like 1, 2. That can save more than 3,000 gallons of water a year.
Wow. That's amazing.
Is it?
It is.
And about 8 million metric tons of plastic, sadly, they say enters into our ocean bodies of water every year around the globe. Earth Day beginning back in 1970, they say celebrated more than 1 billion people across the globe, 190 countries each and every year. And it leads me to the best game I could ever hope for today to celebrate this momentous occasion. Guess how long it takes to decompose? The contestant today,
me,
one Christian Snyder. Or if you want to play along, 336-777-1600. We might even throw in some prizes. Merlefest tickets, like I said, Bowman Gray tickets. I don't know. We'll make this a whole little game. I just was kicking around the idea and boom, boom. Must have slept at, what do they say, a Holiday Inn last night? Is that the thing?
I think so.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Reference. I'm sorry.
I'm feeling pretty good now.
Let's do it.
Smart guy. All right, first question. This is the easy round. Over under is what I'll allow you to do. Okay. A banana peel. Over under 5 weeks to decompose.
Under.
You are correct. Ding, ding. 2 to 5 weeks is the time frame they put on that. Okay, so we're going to say, boop, Christian, 1 in the bank.
All right, I'm ready.
How about a paper bag? How about we go over under 20 days on that one?
I'm going to say over 20 days.
Okay, Christian. What are you, secret Earth Day advocate or something here?
I guess so.
Paper bag, they say, is about a month to decompose.
Wow.
Out there. All right, now we'll go like a little medium round here, okay? All the way up to hard.
Yeah. I'm ready.
How about a wool sock? Okay, you wear them during the winter, nice and cozy then, but if you just toss it outside, over under 5 years.
Over under 5 years. I'm going to stick with my under on this one.
All right, I'm about to give up, folks. We're just going to trash this here in just a second. I'm just like, want to forget Earth Day. It's canceled. We're done. Nah, I'm just kidding. All right, 3 in a row. I hear you. You're hot. Go get a lotto ticket today. How about the sole of a rubber boot, Christian? A sole of a rubber boot. Over under 50 years to decompose. 50 years, man.
A rubber
That means
boot.
that if a rubber boot was tossed outside, it would still be out there right now and have not decomposed when we were born to this moment.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm probably going to throw myself, but I'm going to switch it up and I'm going to stay with under.
Yeah, that's the first one you missed out on. 50 to 80 years, they say, for a rubber boot.
Crazy.
And let me go on the record and say Beck has not confirmed or denied these numbers. I don't have the time to do it. I'd be dead by the time a rubber boot sole disappeared, probably 80 years. All right, here's the hard round. Plastic straw. Okay, plastic straw. I love a plastic straw. Paper straw, forget about it.
We don't need that.
I like the plastic straw when I drink through a straw, which is not often. So I keep my man card for that reason. Over under 30 years for a plastic straw.
I'm going to go with over.
You're correct. By a dramatic wide margin, honestly. If you just had to guess, I'm going to make you guess these next two because it's absurd. How long would you say plastic straw?
Oh, gosh.
According to sources, we'll say. Because it's not me.
What did you give me? You said 30 years?
I said, 30 years.
I'm going to say 60 to 90 years.
Okay, yeah, this is just, I don't know if this is believable. Around 200 years.
No way.
200 years for a plastic straw?
Oh, my goodness.
That doesn't make any sense, right?
Oh, I don't like it.
All right, fishing line, I do utilize. Like I said, I like going fishing occasionally.
You are a fisherman.
Yep. Guess how many years? Because it's not even worth doing over under. Like this is an unbelievable fact if it's true. And I don't want to claim that it is necessarily. It's just the game. Guess how long to decompose this morning. And I'm thinking this game is decomposing as we go because it can't be factual.
I'm going to do 300 plus years.
Yeah, it is 300 plus years if you want to count that as a win. 600 years for fishing line? I don't know. I'm throwing that. That's just garbage this morning. Get rid of it. Kill the music. That's what happens when you do this late at night and you just don't really have the brain to think about it anymore. It's like 600 years for fishing line. Are you kidding me? Maybe it's real. I don't know. But it is Earth Day, so we're celebrating this morning. And unlike some folks here in our own backyard, fortunately, with Earth Day, it's on my mind. We've got fresh, safe drinking water, relatively speaking, all around us. But there's somebody here in North Carolina that they don't. For a decade, they say they've been dealing with brown, dirty, nasty, putrid water. We're going to share that story with you. Plus, our Pulse Pick question of the day is a limo the only acceptable mode of transportation for the prom season coming up? Guys getting all spiffy, gals wearing their best dresses. I can tell you, this group of teens, they found a better ride than a limo. That's coming up for you, the Daily Pulse, this morning on WSJS.
Feel the rush of the stadium and the roar of the crowd. It all happens right here with the Charlotte Football Club on WSJS. Experience every goal and every cheer. Feel the crown come alive. Charlotte FC is not just a game, it's a passion. Tonight, Charlotte FC visits Orlando City SC. Hear the crown roar on WSJS and WSJS.com. Live, loud and local. All hail the crown, live on WSJS.
Ow! Sweetie, come here. Don't worry. I see a lot of patients with the exact same thing.
Ever since the ice skating rink went in next door?
Or is it more than
Dr. Clark's business is heating up.
So many patients need my help. How will I find time to see all of them?
They need to hire a scheduler, stat.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Piedmont Triad area weather. Elevated fire weather concerns for today as we have a dry air mass in place, low relative humidity, warm temperatures, and a gusty wind. We have a statewide burn ban issued by the North Carolina Forest Service that is currently in place. Our highs are moving up into the low to mid 80s for today. Tonight clear, low 55, and the mid 80s in here for Thursday and Friday with dry weather. We have some rain moving our way Saturday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Naramore for News Talk Sports for the Triad, WSJS.
It's a new life.
The loudest of fans echo in a stadium that can be heard miles across the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Appalachian State was built for this. When we look back, you'll face the legacy that you built, a place where there is nothing like it. We call it home.
Big plays, loud crowds, Mountaineer pride lives at the Rock. Grab your App State football tickets today at appstatesports.com.
Hungry for something fresh? Head to Bobo's Deli and Grill at 3478 Robin Hood Road. They serve the best crisp salads, hearty burgers, and deli sandwiches made with meats and cheeses sliced fresh in-house daily. Or try one of their made-to-order wraps packed with bold flavors and quality ingredients. And if you need catering for a party or meeting, large or small, Bobo's has got you covered. Come taste why locals love Bobo's Deli and Grill at 3478 Robin Hood Road beside the Robin Hood YMCA.
Mercedes-Benz of Winston-Salem is offering Madness in March specials. Interest rates as low as 1.99% on many new 2026 Mercedes sedans and SUVs. Game-winning pricing on all Krauth papers on site and waiting on you. Take your shot. Be a winner. Head over to Mercedes-Benz of Winston-Salem on Jonestown Road today. Mercedes-Benz of Winston-Salem, family-owned and heavily invested in our community for 55 years. On select models, see Mercedes-Benz of Winston-Salem for full details.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues?
Who are you?
Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The Daily Pulse, the sound of the triad, amplified. Your front row seat to the voices, issues, and energy driving the triad. Back to the Daily Pulse with Stephen Back.
Yeah, get me back on the air here. We got to do this. I mean, this is crazy. I hope I'm blowing minds this morning. It's the Daily Pulse, Beck here with you, WSJS. If I haven't already, I'm going to blow your mind in a second. Mine is on the table out here. It's a nasty scene, sadly. Springtime of winning. It's at WSJS.com. Check out the banner. Click on it. If you do, you've got a great chance of winning some killer prizes. Kid Rock live May 8th, May 9th in Charlotte and Raleigh. Sportsman's 100, May 23rd out at Bowman Gray Stadium. Wake Forest taking on Louisville May 2nd in Winston-Salem, plus Charlotte FC taking on Toronto FC May 16th at Bank of America Stadium. All those prizes there at your fingertips. Plus, we've got Merle Fest tickets we're giving away this morning, 336-777-1600. That is coming up April 23rd through the 26th, it looks like. We want to get you out there to enjoy that time during this spring stretch we're in. 336-777-1600. If you're interested in those Merle Fest tickets, just call Christian. We'll get you hooked up. This is where my mind is blown. We just did the game. How long does it take to decompose? Well, I can tell you, when I saw 600 years for fishing line, I was like, that's just crazy talk. So we looked it up. Okay. Right now, today, it's 2026, right? Am I right on that? It's early.
2026. Yes, it is.
Okay. You said at the start, you were like, I know it's April, whatever you said, 2026. That was what you had in your bag this morning. Not necessarily it was Earth Day. Well, here on Earth Day, if somebody tossed fishing line out, they would have had to have done it in 1426 for that stuff to be disappearing today. So I Google it. And I'm like, whoa, is this real? This is from Google now. Monofilament fishing line takes approximately 600 years to decompose in the environment. 600 years. So that's the Earth Day fact right there for you. I don't care what else you get done today. At the water cooler, you walk up and you say, listen, 600 years, okay? 1426, there's fishing lines still sitting out there from that. And you could floss your teeth with it still, Christian.
Disgusting.
Let's hit the reset here at the bottom of the hour. Your latest headlines here at home. WRAL reporting out of Raleigh that several active brush fires really encouraged along because of morning breezy conditions and dry weather are hitting the central part of our state. The News and Observer, also out of Raleigh, say that a Wake County man has been charged in the death of his baby, according to the sheriff's office. And A new campaign finance figure is out showing Roy Cooper in our state holding a major cash on hand advantage over Michael Whatley, the two facing off in this year's Senate race. I want to squeeze in some sports scores before we get to a couple sports stories for you. Out of the NBA last night, 76ers beat the Celtics 111-97. That series is tied now 1-1. Trailblazers beat the Spurs 106-103. That series also knotted up at a game apiece. The Lakers, though, up 2 games now over the Rockets 101-94. On the ice in the NHL playoffs, the Lightning beat the Canadiens 3-2. That series is tied up. Bruins tied their series up as well, beat the Sabres 4-2. The Mammoth tied their series. Golden Knights lost to them 3-2. And finally, the Avalanche beat the Kings 2-1. The University of North Carolina, they really had a day yesterday in the portal. For those maybe not watching as closely, the transfer portal in college basketball finally had its official closing date for this period yesterday. That doesn't mean that players still can't sign. They still can't have visits. It just means that people that hadn't already previously jumped into the portal couldn't just spring up and do that today. And so on that same day, UNC basketball, pretty aggressive day. Florida Atlantic transfer Maxim Logue decided to play in Chapel Hill. Terrence Brown, who was a perimeter scoring guard from Utah, came over, and even closer in the neighborhood. He's not even going to have to really move apartments. Matt Abel, who was a freshman for the Wolfpack this last year under Will Wade, deciding to play for the new head coach of the Tar Heels, Michael Malone. But there's also reports now that say the school came much, much closer than ever publicly realized to, in fact, replacing the Dean Dome with a new basketball arena at Carolina North. Thanks to, I guess, a pretty pushed opposition, alumni, former players, and stakeholders there, that plan collapsed. But not before. UNC spent $1.3 million since 2022 on consulting firms for arena design, construction, and planning. And officials even had launch dates and celebration events prepared. They even have a whole slogan out that they were going to utilize that we'll share with you. First, though, UNC Chancellor Lee Roberts commented previously on how this decision was coming about.
There is a commitment on behalf of the administration to run as inclusive a process as possible here and make sure that we're getting as many people around the table as we can and hearing from as many voices as we can. And I think that the passion that you're hearing now is a good thing.
It turned out, if you are somebody that doesn't want to leave a site in the Dean Smith Center that has been so historic. I mean, I know they played in Carmichael, but obviously now your new residence is taken up there on campus. If you didn't like that, then you should be thrilled with all the voices that ended up entering the conversation because it put a stop on something that was moving fast. Right now, it's all paused. But the school even had a slogan that they had already come up with called "From Dean to Dream," intended to market the move from the Dean Dome up to their new venue space at Carolina North. The studies show they were evaluating between 7 options. $153 million option would give you some basic repairs at the Smith Center. Higher costs would be renovating the whole arena that they're currently playing in there in Chapel Hill. A $700 million plus investment is a new on-campus arena that they were surprisingly considering at Odom Village. Not many realize that. And then, of course, the most expensive option, nearly an $800 million new arena that would be up at Carolina North. And for now, everything due to that powerful internal resistance, I should say, has put the brakes on this for now. What also I am going to say needs to have brakes put on it and fast. Don't think it's going to be realized, but it's another one of these decisions that is just completely unnecessary. Expanding the NCAA tournament. Everything just finished up recently here at the start of this month. Michigan winning the title this college basketball season, of course, against UConn. Both of those teams, had a good run. The NCAA tournament with its selection committee, I would also say, I think they got everything really done well this time. I don't really feel like any of the bubble teams deserved to have extra additional spots for it. But it's even beyond that. Here, tied locally, we have teams that play in the Southern Conference. If you just think about them all around us, Western Carolina, UNCG, and others. Well, the Southern Conference came out yesterday with a statement supporting now the idea of expanding that NCAA tournament. They want to expand it beyond the 68-team field that we have right now. And the conference said that expansion should be done in a way, this is what they say. It's all on the forward-facing side of it. I'll give you the real meanings behind scenes here in just a second. But up front, they're saying it needs to be done in a way that protects access for smaller leagues and preserves auto bids for conference champs. And so they argue in this statement they put out just yesterday that this would give increased opportunities for mid-majors, keep automatic qualifiers safe, and improve competitive fairness. But this is right here where I would call the biggest bold-faced lie in it all. The SoCon in their statement believes that the current 68-team model can leave out quality teams, especially from outside major conferences. Now you say real quick, Beck, whoa, why is that a bold-faced lie? No, the statement itself is true. It's reality. I've seen it more probably closer than many as a High Point Panthers homer. I think that's a team that if they don't win their one-bid league in the Big South, well, they're not going to make it in the NCAA tournament. They would be left out, and they would be a good team from outside of a major conference, as the Southern Conference so details it here. The bold-faced lie is when a person, a leadership committee in a one-bid league like this pushes these things to the forefront and makes it seem as if they're advocating for their league members by expanding the tournament, when in reality, behind closed doors, face-to-face personally with me, I take it from my mouth. A lot of these leadership presidents and we'll say non-traditional Power 5 conference commissioners, they're all positioning themselves. They're all wanting career advancement. They're wanting a better, bigger opportunity. They want to be the leader of the ACC, not stuck as the leader of the Southern Conference or other conferences, especially the one of the commissioner I talked to. They're basically stumping themselves for a better job. So imagine yourself in this position. Are you going to advocate for expanding the tournament that then inevitably is going to benefit Power 5 teams? 18 and 14 SEC teams are getting in with an expanded field. A 19 and 13 Big Ten team is going to get in. They're not going to look down the list and be like, oh, High Point University, yeah, whoa, let's get them in out of the Big South Conference. They've got to position themselves so that when they go out on the trail of handshaking, a meeting, and trying to get the better opportunity in the Power 5 conference, well, now they've had this to point back to. They can say to their constituents there, hey, remember then? I got us more teams into the field. I got us up to 76 schools as opposed to 68. Just don't be confused by that. That's what you got to really read between all these tea leaves in college sports this morning. We're going to take our break. Coming back, of course, I'll share with you the vehicle that some prom goers hopped into, but not before there's dirty, icky brown water, even here on Earth Day, and it's right down the road. Stay with us here on WSJS. It's the Daily Pulse.
Life. It's a whirlwind of conversations and connections. In the Triad, where do you turn when you need to be heard? WSJS is your voice, bringing you the latest news, compelling talk, and thrilling sports. It's where the Triad comes to talk and listen. Tune in and be a part of the conversation that matters. Visit WSJS.com and discover why WSJS is the heartbeat of the Triad. Join us, where your voice is always heard.
Extreme ice racing is coming to Winston-Salem. 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds with no brakes. Extreme International Ice Racing, Speedway Bites. Riders from all over the world, including the Thunder Colby Long, the British Bulldog, Kyle Lego Legault, Iceman, and more. Plus go-kart strikes and kids. Friday, May 8th and Saturday, May 9th at the Fairgrounds Arena in Winston-Salem. That's Extreme Ice Racing in Winston-Salem. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. You get the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
You'll taste it and love it.
It's time for Foster Hobbs Coffee Roasters. Their specialty roasted beans offer pure, rich flavor, avoiding the plastic. Foster Hobbs Coffee Roasters, because your day deserves the best start. Get to their roastery for expert care and advice at 205 Neal Place in High Point. If you can't get to the store, shop online anytime.
You'll taste it and love it
at fosterhobbs.com.
A Gain Scent Bead story. Jim was at the laundromat when he heard his ear said Maraca, senor, but his nose said, hey, freshest scent ever. Following his nose, Jim found a man pouring a bottle of Gain Scent Beads into the washer. The scent, the freshness. Jim blurted, sir, your scent Maraca smell amazing. Actually, Jim, most noses call them Gain Scent Beads. Try Gain Scent Beads, way fresher than detergent alone.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call the Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
Hi, I'm Jay Delsing, a two-time All-American and PGA Tour veteran of 25 years. I know the game of golf inside and out. Each week, we'll feature celebrity golfers, share their laughs, inside stories, and offer great tips to improve your golf game.
I wanna swing, don't you wanna swing with me?
Brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Winston-Salem, proudly serving our community for over 50 years. That's Golf with Jay Delsing, Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. on WSJS.
Back to the Daily Pulse with Stephen Back, where Triad News meets real talk, keeping you informed, engaged, and ahead of the day.
I'm back, and I'm back here with you on WSJS, the Daily Pulse. You can find us here 9 to 10, Monday through Friday. Plus, don't forget Waking Up Proud coming up on Saturday. That is 9 to 11 with yours truly as well. If you miss any of them, they're all podcasted for you. You can find them on your major podcasting platforms like Spotify or Apple, or over at WSJS.com. Daily Pulse there for you. Plus, I believe Waking Up Proud is as well. And so we'd love for you to get involved with that. Plus, follow along on social media. That's where you can join the conversation, just like our Pulse Pick question of the day, at WSJS Radio or at Stephen Beck TO on X. Because I'll share with you in a second, prom season ongoing. Some local high schoolers to Kansas found a way to get a ride in style over to prom. But before we get to that, more locally here to us, there is brown, dirty, nasty water. And I think it becomes more relevant today because it is Earth Day, those celebrating. But also just I'm almost appalled at the fact that here, right down the road, we've got folks that don't have quick, easy access to water that at least appears clean. In a town called Lucama, North Carolina, I'll say I'd never knew it existed. But there, residents say that their tap water continues to come out of the tap, out of the faucet, brown, tea-colored, and sometimes even filled with flakes, despite years of complaints there. Town officials say they're working on fixes, but residents are frustrated, skeptical after dealing with this issue for years. Residents say they don't trust the water coming from their faucets, rely heavily on bottled water. One resident shared her concerns over the water there.
There used to be brown flakes, and now it's brown. It's almost tea colored. If I had ever known that was an issue here, there's no way I would have bought a home here.
You ain't kidding. It's been going on, they say, since moving there for nearly a decade. Even admitted by the town here. Town administrator Elizabeth Craigie said that the most recent discoloration was linked to a malfunction at the local water filter plant. She also said that even after the treatment, the town's water still has problems because of high iron levels, which can discolor water and cause staining, even if it meets some treatment standards. So treatment standards met, drinkable standards, I don't know. Town leaders said they're moving ahead with infrastructure repairs, including plans to replace 4,000 feet of water lines using grant that was given to them way back, 2021, 5 years ago. Officials say this line replacement project is intended to improve the water quality and system reliability. But those are people right down the road here in our state, Lucama, North Carolina, and they're drinking water that looks like it came from a tea bag this morning. Happy Earth Day, folks.
I don't like it. I would have definitely complained, and I would have probably moved.
Nah, I hear you. What you might like, Christian, is, well, let's say you're in your late 20s now?
Early 30s.
Oh, okay. Close.
Close enough.
Over under. Guess how long it takes for Christian to decompose. So you went to the prom?
I did.
Okay. Did you get all spiffy, tux, everything?
I did.
Beautiful.
I went with some friends.
Awesome. What vehicle did you guys take? Do you remember?
We took a limo. Yeah.
Aha. So you were one of those.
Yes.
Okay. A nice choice. Don't get me wrong. I understand why people do it. I think, in case of festivities, activities that require people to, get loose, stay out late at night, do all these type of different things, get you somebody. It could be limo, could be Uber, could be a party bus, all those awesome choices, I think. Sorry, though. Doesn't compare to the kids in Topeka, Kansas, who managed to secure a ride to prom in the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, buddy. That's right. The students spotted the Wienermobile parked at a local grocery store in North Topeka. One of them decided, hey, I'm going to go ask the promotional crew if we could go to prom in that thing. Good on the promotional crew, because this is the best advertising Oscar Mayer Wienermobile's probably gotten in a long time. To their surprise, crew said yes. So these kids whipped up in the Wienermobile. All I want to know is, did they get wiener whistles or not?
I hope so, but I probably think they're
that's the best ride that I could come up with to get to prom. Right now, I got to ride on out of here. Stay with us on WSJS. Up next, Brian Kilmeade.
Outstanding